everyone, I'm Sindhura and I'm in 12th grade right now. So my project emphasizes the use of AI in olfaction and using AI to really understand what happens within the olfaction receptors of canines and how exactly they detect cancers. Okay, canines can detect diseases including cancers and even stuff like hypertension or diabetes just using their scent. And they use, so the typical procedure is that the breath of patients is collected using surgical masks, and canines are trained to detect certain molecules or volatile organic compounds in specific. So these volatile organic compounds are compounds that are organic molecules that evaporate really fast. And also they are sometimes really smelly. They have something called as a low odor threshold. So I'm using AI to understand what exactly is happening over here. So this is a sample spectra. So the organic compounds present in masks of patients who've worn these for a while is collected and goes through something called as GCMS, where these peaks represent individual molecules and the height of these peaks represent their concentrations. So right now my goal was to develop a pipeline as to how dogs smell, to see if AI can replicate the accuracy that dogs provide. So one, we're looking at individual molecules, and second, we're looking at the complete spectra. So the model one was a random forest model that categorizes specific chemical features of the GCMS spectra. So you have individual strains there, so molecule A, molecule B. And using that categorization plus complete spectra, because scent is not, when you smell something, there are multiple molecules involved. And what I'm trying to do with the CNN is to look at how exactly the wide spectra looks. So coming to individual molecules. So this was the graph over here, and as I said, molecules with moderate volatility, which means the molecules that evaporate not too fast, not too quick, showed a higher correlation with cancer. So it was present, it had a more likelihood of being present in patients with cancer. So I don't think you can see here, but it's acetone and isoprene, which are likely corresponding to cancer. So if you have a high concentration of these two molecules, it's likely that you may have cancer. And there's a novel metric that I introduced over here, which has a correlation of approximately 0.92. And this olfactory activation index also gives you a more accurate measurement of how these specific descriptors relate to cancer. So you have descriptors like, the concentration, the minimum concentration required for you to smell, plus some things like Henry's law constant, which determines the spread, and lots of stuff over there. So this model got a really good accuracy, R² of 0.89, and you can see the confusion matrix over there as well. So the results were pretty good. And now with the complete spectra, you have the raw ion chromatographs that are converted to images. And these images are fed into a ResNet model. And the model provided a pretty decent accuracy as well. This was on the training set. I also used something called as GradCam to look at exactly what the CNN is detecting. I will come back to that later on as well. So why I'm using the CNN specifically is because I also tried this with linear regression and also an XGBoost, and it did not work well. I'll come to that later on. But GCMS spectra has things called as co-eluting peaks, where you have a really wide peak at one instance that represents two molecules. And linear regressions and even XGBoost uses something, uses tabular formats. And that's not really good because you have one wide peak representing more than one factor. So over here you can see the XGBoost right here. It had an AUC of 0.35 and the CNN had an AUC of 0.76. So one might argue this is lower than random guessing, because if it was random guessing, you would have an AUC of 0.5. So you could do 1 minus 0.35 and get the same accuracy, I guess. So like it's actually predicting the opposite thing, and that's not really good. So I have to look more into why this is not working. Yeah, and the GCMS spectra also has over 200,000 different peaks, and this is too much. And also at the very end of these peaks, usually you see a lot of noise. It's when the GCMS, program runs for more than a particular time limit, you get a lot of noise, and that's not really good in general. And coming to a really exciting find, what I saw was that the CNN, I conducted something called as the latent T-SNE, which looks at the penultimate layer of the CNN. And based on this, I can see that there are clusters being formed. And I took these clusters and took these individual points and went back. And I saw that some of these clusters related to specific order families. So basically what's happening is that the CNN is actually looking at specific molecules that are contributing to order. And this sort of means that the model can smell, which was the initial goal of this project. And you can connect with me on X or LinkedIn. Yeah, I'd be happy to take questions. Thank you.